Mr. Jetwa, Mr. Panigrahi, all the senior officials, those who are in this room and those who are joining us remotely. I'm here principally to convey my respect to the vigilance force of the state and to tell you that the clean image that the state, the Honorable Chief Minister has in the country, a lot of that is due to the fearless and favorless way in which the vigilance organization has kept the flag of integrity flying. Today is not the first time that I am with you. A few years back, some of you may remember, I was there at the invitation of Sri Panigrahi here, who is no longer with us, when I came to speak to you about integrity, the importance of integrity during the Vigilance Week that was held at the Police Academy. When our ex-DG, Shri Abhay Kumar, called me up 2 days back, my first reaction was to not accept this, because I have been away from the technology industry for more than 7 years when I first came here, and my work no longer is related to technology, and I don't pay much attention to technology. Because I work at the bottom of the pyramid, my focus is really to work with school dropouts, those who will not go back to school after 5th, 8th or 10th class, at best to children who will go to an ITI or go to a polytechnic. That world is very, very far away from the world of technology. Nonetheless, when Abhayji spoke to me, I had to say yes because of my great respect for him, but equally importantly, my great respect for the vigilance organization here. Today you are talking about cryptocurrency, digital, and the genesis of this is really not e-commerce, not the internet, but something that goes further away in time. In 1990, for the first time, I went to the United States of America to establish an office for Wipro. That was my employer at that time. And Wipro was setting up a research and development center for a leading IT company, not IT company, manufacturer of workstations called Sun in the Silicon Valley. So when we were trying to draw the contract for this engagement, the lawyers from Sun's side spent hours and hours with me to make sure that in the contract we do not write anything that will indicate that we were going to use the internet for commercial purpose. Eta ଟିକେ ମନକୁ ଭାବନ୍ତୁ 1919 ର କଥା ହେଉଛି, ଇଣ୍ଟରନେଟ ର କଥା ହେଉଛି, ଆଉ ଇଣ୍ଟରନେଟ ବେସ୍ଡ କାମ ହେବ, R&D କାମ ହେବ, କିନ୍ତୁ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟରେ ଲେଖା ହେବନି ଯେ ଏଥିରେ ୱିପ୍ରୋର କୌଣସି ଫାଇନାନ୍ସିଆଲ ଗେନ୍ ହେବ। ତାର ଗୋଟେ କାରଣ ଅଛି। Even before internet came in, the predecessor of internet was something called DARPANET. Dwight Eisenhower, ଯେତେବେଳେ American president ଥିଲେ, ତାଙ୍କର ଦିଟା ବହୁତ ବଡ଼ contribution ଥିଲା। ଗୋଟେ ହେଲା ଆମେରିକାର ହାଇୱେ ସିଷ୍ଟମକୁ ସେ envision କରିଥିଲେ, ଆଉ ଦ୍ୱିତୀୟ କଥା ହେଲା DARPA ବୋଲି ଗୋଟିଏ ଅନୁଷ୍ଠାନ ସେ initiate କରିଥିଲେ, Defense Advanced Research Project. So DARPA रे गोटे DARPANET तैयारी हेतला, इंटरनेट रो कथा। DARPANET काई तैयारी हेतला, सेतेबेले पृथ्वी रे दुई रकम रो जिंस थिला, गोटे कुआतला लोकल एरिया नेटवर्क आ गोटे कुआतला वाइड एरिया नेटवर्क। ना वाइड एरिया नेटवर्क जो गुडा का रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूशन मान को कनेक्ट करथला, गोटे स्ट्रेटेजिक दृष्टिकोण रु फॉर अमेरिका इट वाज अ वल्नरेबिलिटी जे काली के जदी कोल्ड वार जो रशिया तक डिसेबल करिवो ताले कोन होबो। So the whole purpose was, can we build a network which will never fail? जहाँ कले भी अपन न्यूक्लियर वार कले भी से नेटवर्क डाउन होबरी। अपन माने देखुतबे घरे जते बेले न धरुची अपन नेटवर्क केते डळ बिकल लागुछ अपन। आ अपन बर्तन भाबंतु जे the defense preparedness of a superpower like United States, what will happen to it with the network will go down. ତେଣୁ କିପରି ଭାବରେ ଗୋଟେ ନେଟୱାର୍କ ତିଆରି ହେଇପାରିବ, which will never go down. So DARPA net was envisioned. This is before internet. किंतु परवर्ती समय इंटरनेट आसवा आरंभ होला, जदियो 1990 रे internet was still being actually controlled completely by the educational and research institutions. They did not want commercial organizations to touch the internet. जोथिपाई सान हमको कहतला जे आपण एमिति किछि जिंस लिखिबेनी एग्रीमेंट रे जोथरु लागिबो जे एथरु गोटे कमर्शियल फायदा उठाउछ. नाउ कहिबार तात्पर्य हला जे 1990 रे you could not use the internet for commercial purpose. 1993 रे मुझे भारत फेरी आसली ई-कॉम शब्दटा व्यवहार हला एवं 1995 रे ई-कॉमर्स जोटा को हमें कहूचे started becoming mainstream. वर्तमान आपण देखंतु 1995 रु आज 2022-23 हेलानी गत 20 वर्ष रे जो इंटरनेट को कमर्शियली टच करी होनथला से इंटरनेट रे वर्तमान जदि आमे देखिबा आजिर बाजार रे $13 ट्रिलियन रो व्यवसाय होची, $13 ट्रिलियन आउ असेसमेंट होची कि कुछ 13 कि कुछ 16, 13 रु 16 भीतर धरंतु 13-16 ट्रिलियन टा कोन भाबिबा पई इंडिया रो जीडीपी केते भाबिबा को पड़ियो. So Indian current GDP is $3.4 billion. Sorry, $3.4 trillion. So global e-commerce today is 4 times the size of the Indian GDP. किंतु कुआडे जाउची जिंसटा आगामी 5 रु 7 वर्ष भितरे the internet based commerce will touch $70 trillion, 70. So it will be like 20 times the size of the Indian economy. So commerce. Now if that is the size of the commerce, as law enforcers and as guardians of the law, you will know that where there is commerce there is crime. They go hand in hand. So if you look at a $70 trillion size of the global commerce economy, which is purely fueled by technology, what is the kind of risk that mankind has, small people, ordinary people have, and of course sovereign states have. But जो technology आसीगला, technology is redefining the following 4 things. Technology is redefining products. कौन product आपण तैयारी करिबे जोटा पृथ्वीर व्यवहार रे लागि पेरि. केवल product नो कौन सर्विस आपण डेलीवर करि पेरि. आज जो कथा के हमें आज घरे बसिकरी राति 12टा बेले भुवनेश्वर आपण बिरयानी ऑर्डर कर दोछन, दैट्स अ सर्विस. Amazon आज घर द्वारे आपण को कंसाइनमेंट देकी जाउची, दैट्स अ सर्विस. आपण ऑनलाइन जाय के बैंकिंग करछन, दैट्स अ सर्विस. So newer products will come, newer services will come, and newer ways of delivery will happen. And finally, for this product and service and delivery, somebody has to pay. So currency gets involved. आम जानिबार पृथ्वी रे currency कहले printed currency note बोली बुझा जाता. Now as newer products and services and delivery mechanisms come, what the internet and allied technology is doing is it is reimagining, it is changing the nature of currency, and job of currency is a handshake. Okay, job of currency is to enable transaction between 2 different individuals. Bartaman ame jodi chiracharita currency ko dekhiba, that currency had following characteristics. Currency is always issued by the sovereign. You and I cannot issue currency. Rojanko amalaru हजार वर्ष धरी who could mint currency? Only the sovereign could mint currency. Now second thing is currency was centrally managed. It was never a decentralized thing. Third thing is currency was always backed by state's protection and state's punishment. State will protect the currency and state will punish whoever is on the wrong side of the law. Finally, there were two other aspects. One is currency was always domestic. Indian rupee is Indian rupee. Bangladesh rupee is Bangladesh rupee. US dollar is US dollar. And this domestic currency had a physical presence. जो तुम्हें अपना vigilance raid कर देले, जो सर कोतले जे 1.5 कोटी 2 कोटी 3 कोटी टंका जबत कर देले. Because physically गोटे अखा भितरे जने पूरे ची कि तकिया भितरे पूरे कि ताऊपरे सोच. So it's a physical thing. It's a domestic thing. It's a physical thing. बर्तमान जो टेक्नोलॉजी आसीगला, इंटरनेट आसीगला, डार्पा परे, बर्तमान कौन हैला? No longer it is a sovereign that is controlling the currency. It is the non-state actor, which may be a business person, it may be a set of business persons, it could be a criminal gang with ulterior motives. So no longer it is the central government, the sovereign that is controlling the currency. It's a non-state actor. No longer it is central, it is now decentralized. आपण साड़िया साइरु cryptocurrency आरंभ कर दी करें. Okay? You don't have to sit in Reserve Bank of India's Bombay office. The third interesting thing is when you start working on these kinds of things, good way or bad way, you basically start with the idea of trust. ମୁଁ ଯଦି କହିବି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଯେ ମୁଁ FTX বা ମୁଁ Bitcoin বা ମୁଁ Dogecoin ଆପଣ ଯଦି କିଣିବାକୁ ଆସିବେ ତାହେଲେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ମୋ ଭିତରେ ଗୋଟେ trust relationship ରହିବା ଦରକାର. But the trust can very quickly degenerate into treachery. ମୁଁ ତାକୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଆଗ ଦିଟା transaction କଲି ଯେମିତି ଆପଣ ଯେକୌଣସି cyber crime ହେଉଛି ଆଗ ଦିଥର ଆପଣଙ୍କ transaction ହେଲା ଆପଣ trust ହେଲା, then I come in for the kill and I take you down with my treachery. So non-state actor आसीगले, decentralization हला, trust to treachery हला, आउ दुईटा जिनस हैगला, गोटे हला virtual हैगला. So crypto world is no longer physical. आपण कोथली जे आपण vigilance चढ़ो कले करी के आपण cash उद्धार कले. But you can't do that. It is no longer physical, it's virtual. But worse, it is now global. Currency is no longer bounded by domestic physical, constraints that a state proposes, but it is now virtual, it's global. Bortoman, तारो implication कौन होच? तारो implication वाला DARPA रू आरंभ होइतला. How do you create a network that will never go down? Internet आसीगला, internet रे commerce allow होनोतला, बर्तन commerce आसीगला. बर्तमान internet रू आमे चली जाउचे कोठी के dark net को. So there's a dark side to the internet. ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଆଗରୁ କହିଛି where there is commerce there will be crime. So ये जो dark side को आसीगला, how dark is that dark side? ଆପଣମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରୁ କେତେ ଜଣ ନା ଶୁଣି ନଥିବେ ବା ଶୁଣିଥିବେ ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି, and I'm sure during the deliberation of today these names will come up. ବହୁ ନା ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ତାରି ଭିତରୁ ତିନିଟା ନା କହିବି. गोटे डार्क नेट रो एग्जांपल होचे हाइड्रा. हाइड्रा गोटे मॉन्स्टर, मिथिकल मॉन्स्टर, गोटे मुंडो काटिले आ गोटे मुंडो बाहरी जो रावण को मुंडो पर. So you cannot destroy. So Hydra is a dark net was a dark net based out of Russia. 2015 मसीह हाइड्रा आरंभ होता as a dark net. देखो 2015 रु आज 2022 7 वर्ष रे तार बिजनेस $5 billion रेट आसी ठिया. Now to build a $5 billion business, Mr. Ambani will take decades. And here comes a criminal outfit that starts a dark net business that in 5 or 7 years is able to clock $5 billion of business, selling illegal commodities and drugs. To how many people? So this Hydra entity had 7 million registered users. 17 million. 5 वर्ष भितरे 17 million registered users. माने आपण धरंतु 170 लाख तांकर रेगुलर यूजर अछन. सालिया साइट नेकरी वाशिंगटन डीसी परचल. किंतु सेठी बिक्री के करछि, इट्स अ ई-कॉमर्स साइट. बिक्री करिवार संख्या है 19,000. 19,000 लोक गोटे साइट रे लगातार 170 लाख लोकों संगे ट्रांजैक्शन कर. Now Hydra is one. The second very interesting case study, I'm sure you are going to study that, is a company called FTX. FTX has recently been great news because FTX which was a basically cryptocurrency, FTX founder hochhanti jane bhadralok jango nala Samuel, very strangely his second name is Bankman Fried, Samuel Bankman Fried, 31 ବର୍ଷ ବୟସର ପିଲା. এই ଭଦ୍ରଲୋକ ଏ ଯୋଉ FTX ସଂସ୍ଥା এই କିଛି ଦିନ ତଳେ ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲେ, से संस्था जेतेबेले तार मूल्यायन बा वैल्यूएशन तुंगरे थिला, सेतेबेले तांकर व्यक्तिगत वैल्यूएशन वाज इन $15 billion or $20 billion. ए डिसेंबर मासरे इन्वेस्टिगेशन परे FTX has basically gone in for bankruptcy, and this gentleman Samuel Benjamin Bankman has been arrested on money laundering charges. So Hydra, FTX. तृतीय ना कहिबी जोटा 2 दिन तले has been exposed is 𝐵IDSLATO. 𝐵IDSLATO is a very interesting case study because 𝐵IDSLATO was started by a Russian man with Chinese connection and operations in the United States of America, and he's been arrested. It's a $700 million fraud. So Hydra is connected to FTX, and FTX is connected to 𝐵IDSLATO. And 𝐵IDSLATO could be connected to who knows how many people, how many institutions, how many state actors, how many non-state actors. Their tentacles are far deeper than we think they are. ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ କଥା ହେଲା ମନକୁ ଆସିବ, ଓ ଆପଣ ହାଇଡ୍ରା କଥା କହୁଛନ୍ତି, FTX କଥା କହୁଛନ୍ତି, 𝐵IDSLATO କଥା କହୁଛନ୍ତି, ତା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ସାଧାରଣ ମଣିଷର କ'ଣ ସମ୍ପର୍କ? See, what technology does is it rapidly creates a retail business out of a wholesale business. The moment you have a phone and you have an internet connection, then 𝐵IDSLATO could be actually showing a tempting deal to a daily wage worker in Salyasai. जे तुम टंका दियो, मु तुम टंका जेमती चिट फंड रे होतला, मासकू मास अपन चिट फंड रखंतु, वर्षक भितर अपन टंका 2 गुण हे जो. वर्तमान somebody can come and say मु 2 गुण 2 दिन भितर करिकि देखे, and ordinary people, poor people will not know. आपण मो परिवार को गोटे शिक्षित सभ्य परिवार बोली भाबुथे, मो परिवार रे लोक अछंती जे फेसबुक रे हीरा किणिबा को जाइकि तांकर भी टंका से माने they have lost money. So in our kind of family, if that can happen, what will happen to ordinary people? तो जो हाइड्रा और FTX और 𝐵IDSLATO तारो tentacles बरहमपुर रे अछि, तारो tentacle कलाहांडी रे अछि, तारो tentacle संबलपुर रे अछि, एवं who knows, it may even be somewhere in this room. वर्तमान ये जो मु आपन कहली जे technology's power to push down adaptation, push down business and push down crime is happening in real time. So it creates massive risk for all of us. वर्तमान प्रश्न होला ये risk संगे deal केमती करिबा. The only way we can deal with this is knowledge. This war will be fought on the basis of knowledge, but we have to start by acknowledging that the enemy is more powerful than us. The enemy is more knowledgeable than us. ये जो मानकन कथा मु आपन मान को कहली, people like Samuel Benjamin Bankman, they are smarter than all of us here, any one of us here. They are smarter than the 0.00001% people in the planet. ये जो भद्रलोकन कथा कहली, से अल्प बयस रे Massachusetts Institute of Technology रू पास करछन्ते. Far smarter than me, far smarter than Mr. Jetwa. Now the enemy is individually more knowledgeable, but the state is collectively more knowledgeable. So what is the power of the state? The state is not always smarter than the criminal, but the state, when we pull together the capacity of 1957 vigilance organization, आपण जेतेबेले 3000 ऑफिसर मात्र 3000 ऑफिसर एकाठी जाउछन्ती सेतेबेले यू आर एबल टू डील विथ एनी क्राइम. So collectively with the power of knowledge we can deal with problems like this. So जो knowledge रो कथा होउची ए knowledge विषय कहया को जाय कि मो मन फेरी जाउची 1990 रे knowledge management बोली गोटे नुआ शब्द हमें सुनिल जे प्रति ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ताकू knowledge management को गोटे रेगुलर डिसिप्लिन हिसाब रे स्वीकार करिया को पड़िबो. knowledge management practice करिया को पड़िबो. अनुष्ठान प्रत्येक व्यक्ति को नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट विषय जानिया पड़िबो.